Everybody was her friend. Everybody was her friend. So at a young age, I said, well, like, everybody can't be your friend.
Wilanna Bibbs.
Wilanna Bibbs.
It's Wilanna Bibbs.
Wilanna Bibbs.
Wilanna Bibbs.
This is the story of Wilanna Bibbs, a 20-year-old described as having the voice of an angel, who had dreams of making it big as a singer. Her dreams took her to Atlanta, Georgia, where she met a 32-year-old multi-platinum songwriter and music producer, who would later become her boyfriend, and promised to help her with her music career. Wilanna thought that she was living her dream, but this dream would soon turn into a nightmare when her once loving boyfriend would turn into a controlling, abusive manipulator that would ultimately take Wilanna's life. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Atlanta, Georgia. Often referred to as the Hollywood of the South, Atlanta has emerged as a major player in the entertainment world, attracting filmmakers, actors, musicians, and other creative professionals from around the globe. Atlanta is widely recognized as a vibrant and influential city in the music industry. Wilanna Bibbs, a resident of Atlanta, grew up in Durham, North Carolina. She was described as a happy person who was always smiling. She loved to play around and was always acting silly. Her mother described her as a great kid who was always very forgiving and would never hold anything that somebody did to her against them. She had big dreams of becoming a famous singer one day and decided to move to Atlanta, Georgia. When Wilanna relocated to Atlanta to pursue her dreams of becoming a singer, she was introduced by a mutual friend to a man by the name of Justin Wright. Justin, who was known by Jay Wright in the music industry, was a 31-year-old music producer and multi-platinum songwriter from Atlanta. Justin started in the entertainment business at a young age. He stated that when he was 5 years old, he found his love for music through his father, who was a DJ. He was introduced to every style and genre of music and played instrumentals with his dad. At 8 years old, he wrote his first song and performed it at his father's funeral. By the time he was 13, he was writing and recording his own music and releasing it online, which gained the attention of R. Kelly. R. Kelly invited him to his home and started mentoring him and taught him song structure and business. In 2011, at the age of 21, Justin founded his own record label called Camp Entertainment Worldwide. Through his label, he collaborated with renowned artists such as Timbaland, Rick Ross, Future, Cash Doll, Nipsey Hussle and DJ Khaled. When Wilanna met Justin, she saw someone she believed could help her with her singing career. This was her dream, and Justin made promises to her that he could get her song on the radio. His record in the music industry gave Wilanna hope that he could help make her dreams come true. Not only was Wilanna a talented singer who displayed immense determination and a strong work ethic, she was also venturing into other businesses, such as launching her own makeup and clothing lines. At some point, Wilanna and Justin started dating and later living together, and Justin would become Wilanna's boyfriend. She was smitten by Justin, and their relationship initially seemed perfect, but her fairy tale romance would soon turn into a nightmare. The nightmare for Wilanna began when Justin's behavior turned increasingly controlling, and he started subjecting her to verbal abuse on a regular basis. Eventually, the situation escalated, and he resorted to physical violence, physically assaulting Wilanna. Justin would even talk about his love for fighting during a podcast.
Listen, if you really know the background of who Jay Wright is, I'm really a criminal trying not to be one. I'm so honest about it. Like I've been arrested for 26 violent felonies.
Oh my God.
All violent.
Who are you fighting?
Everyone. I love to fight. It's my favorite thing to do. That is my problem. And I'm one of those people that really stand.
You are not a true light-skinned person, because they don't be trying to get dirty and
I am
fight.
light-skinned with dark-skinned tendencies.
Okay, I got you.
I don't act nothing like anybody else that look like me.
I
like
follow
to fight.
you.
I do all bad things on accident, but it's because I stand for things though. So
okay, I can see that.
I'm gonna protect my family and my friends at all costs, no matter what that means for me.
Absolutely.
And I really stand by that. So if I gotta go to jail behind that, die behind that, or kill behind that, I'm a man and I really stand on that. So
who knows what sort of abuse Wilanna endured at the hands of someone who admitted they had a tendency to be violent. During one disturbing incident, an altercation between Wilanna and Justin occurred inside a car. Overwhelmed by fear and desperation, Wilanna managed to escape by jumping out of the moving vehicle and promptly reached out to her father for help. Wilanna's father would come to her aid and find her scared and confused. Wilanna's parents never met Justin, but they knew the relationship was very toxic. After escaping Justin at that time, Wilanna would return to the relationship. However, the relationship between Wilanna and Justin would soon come to an abrupt and tragic end. On Sunday, May 9, 2021, Mother's Day, Justin and Wilanna were in Davenport, Iowa, visiting Justin's family. Early that day, Wilanna sent her mother a text for Mother's Day that read, "Hey Mom, Happy Mother's Day. I love you, and I appreciate you for everything you do. Love, but call me." Wilanna would go on to call her mother 4 times, but her mother missed her calls because she was at work. When she noticed the missed calls and messages from Wilanna, she attempted to call her daughter back, but got no answer, and Wilanna wasn't responding to any of her messages. Wilanna's parents began to worry. They were deeply concerned about the well-being and safety of their daughter because they knew she was in a toxic relationship with her boyfriend, but they had never met him. They were aware that Wilanna's boyfriend exhibited controlling behavior and was prone to physical violence. They knew Wilanna was actively attempting to break free from the relationship. They could never imagine the tragic events that would soon unfold. Later that Sunday at 1:25 p.m., police responded to the 1500 block of Calvin Street. Residents in Iowa alerted the police about a disturbance. Law enforcement promptly responded to the call, reaching the location to discover a person who had suffered a gunshot wound. Sadly, upon examination, the victim was pronounced deceased at the scene with a gunshot wound to the back. The victim was identified as 20-year-old Wilanna Bibbs, and given the history of violence between Wilanna and her boyfriend Justin, he became the primary suspect in her murder. The two were visiting Wright family members in Iowa when the shooting took place. Police arrested Justin and he was charged with first-degree murder.
We're finding out more about a man accused of murder in Davenport. That suspect is a well-known songwriter in the hip-hop industry. It's our top story tonight. Well, 31-year-old Justin Wright of Atlanta is facing first-degree murder charges. He's accused of killing 20-year-old Wilanna Bibbs of North Carolina. We've learned that Wright collaborates with well-known rap artists Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Bow Wow, and Gucci Mane. He was reportedly mentored by R. Kelly as a teenager. Officers were called to Calvin Street and 13th for a domestic disturbance last Sunday. When officers got there, they found Bibbs shot. She was pronounced dead at the scene. He's being held in Scott County Jail on a $500,000 bond.
Justin requested a court-appointed attorney, citing financial hardships. He claimed that his personal belongings had been stolen and that he had been sleeping in hotels due to his challenging situation. Justin pleaded not guilty to the charges brought against him, denying any involvement in Wilanna's murder. He went to trial. The evidence showed Wright was controlling, insecure and angry. It was argued in court that Justin and Wilanna had been quarreling in Atlanta and throughout their trip to Davenport, Iowa. The prosecution insisted that the shooting was no accident and that Justin intended to kill Wilanna. Justin's mother came to his defense, saying her son would give whatever he had to others and often participated in charities. She also explained that her son had mental illness since he was 17. Claiming her son was not the monster people were portraying him to be and that he needed help. After 90 minutes of deliberation, the jury found him guilty of Wilanna's murder.
An update in a murder trial out of Scott County. 33-year-old Justin Wright was found guilty of killing his then-girlfriend, 20-year-old Wilanna Bibbs. This happened in May of 2021 in a house on Calvin Street where Bibbs was shot and killed. A jury found Wright guilty on first-degree murder charges, and he is scheduled to be sentenced on June 14.
What happened to Wilanna is a tragedy. 31-year-old Justin Wright took advantage of a much younger 20-year-old Wilanna Bibbs, who was looking to make it big in the music industry. Instead of making her dreams come true, he took her life and stole her promising future. Justin reportedly exhibited all the warning signs of a classic abuser, isolating Wilanna from her family and friends and controlling her. As a young girl, Wilanna may have not been aware that Justin would be a danger to her life until it was too late. Wilanna's loved ones tried to get her to leave the relationship with Justin, but despite their efforts, Wilanna stayed with him. It's not uncommon for victims of domestic violence to stay with their abusers. Wilanna was a victim, and oftentimes, victims don't know how dangerous the situation really is for them. They may love the person and think they will change, and even if they want to leave, they may not know how. When starting any relationship, it is important to recognize the warning signs of an abusive partner. This may include excessive jealousy, possessiveness, controlling behavior, isolation from friends and family, constant criticism, physical or verbal abuse, threats, or coercive tactics. Always trust your instincts and pay attention to your gut feelings. If something feels off or you sense red flags in the early stages of a relationship, take them seriously. Maintain connections with friends, family, and other supportive individuals who can provide emotional support, guidance, and help in difficult situations. No one should isolate you from the people in your life who are important to you. Establish and maintain clear boundaries within your relationships. Communicate your needs, desires, and limits openly and assertively. A respectful partner will respect and honor these boundaries. If you or someone you know is being abused, please call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. Remember, love shouldn't hurt, make you fearful, or cause you physical or emotional pain. Wilanna was beautiful, talented, and loved by many. My condolences to her friends and family. She deserved to be here and have an opportunity to live her life to the fullest. Justin had no right to take that away from her. I am glad you got justice. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.